Hello, my name is Rick Moses Joke. I am from Arroy Youth Development Initiative, or simply AYDI. Today, I am exploring another interesting issue, and we are talk about punishment in the society. Which punishment society? Okay, we have schools in the society. We have general household setting. We have the justice law and other sectors. Okay, that especially the harm of the police and the court of laws can also give punishment. So we want to discuss the purpose of punishment, or why someone can be punished and like that. So join me on the show today, two ladies. Good afternoon, girls.
Good afternoon.
Okay, welcome to the show. We started with your names before.
My name is Asanjuline Blessing.
And my name is Ambiko Patience.
Okay, thank you, Patience and Blessing. So we want to talk about the purpose of punishment in society. Or we can even first look at what we really call punishment. That I was punished. I don't know. That punishment was big. So what is it before we look at the purpose? Why people get punished?
Punishment is a legal act aimed at reforming or upbuilding moral code of conduct.
Mm.
Or one might simply say, spare the rod and spoil the child.
Oh, that's interesting. Yes, Patience.
Punishment is a way or an act of punishing somebody. Let me say I'm in wrong. Of course, yes, I have to be punished because I've done something wrong. Yeah, that's what I understand by the word punishment.
You feel good.
Yeah.
And that's because I've done something wrong. Yeah. Or if you don't, yeah.
If I don't, then I may say I must not be punished because I'm not in wrong. Yeah. So punishment. If you're in wrong, you should be punished in order to reform you and rebuild you so that you become a changed person. Yeah.
Oh, from what I get, punishment is both good and bad. It's good to help somebody reform, and it's bad when somebody is punished wrongly. But it's a good thing. So, which kind of punishment are we talking about? Are we talking about the punishment in school? Are we talking about punishment in homes? Or generally? Yeah, I know we are talking about in the community, but maybe to be a little bit specific, what are those? What about those punishments we see, and the purpose of maybe giving those punishments? Let's start with Blessing.
Firstly, let's specialize in schools.
Yes.
We have punishments in school like maybe splitting logs when you have done something wrong.
Firewood.
Yeah, splitting.
Yeah.
The purpose of this punishment is that we want you to realize that life is not monogamous. We want you to realize that what you have done is not actually good and give you room to change. You know, when you're there alone in the splitting area, you'll be saying, I should have been reading, but now I'm here splitting. So we believe that will change you.
Oh, that's in school. Interesting. What do you have?
In schools, like when I break a rule, I should be punished. Like, let me say, of course, in schools, like we have to go for dolls. And then you say, no, I don't want to go for dolls, let me sleep. And then the matron gets you. Of course, you have to be punished. So that tomorrow, if it's a dawn time, you know, yeah, it's a dawn time, I have to go for dolls. This is done to change like a person's attitude towards something. Yeah, that's why I think in schools punishment should be carried out.
So what is dawns?
Those like we have those. This is the time of reading in the morning before the usual time of lessons. Yeah,
The wee hours. They don't.
the winters.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, what about other punishments? The purposes of other punishments okay, outside school. We see also a lot of children being punished, even big people being punished because of I think. What are the purpose of those ones?
Okay, for the case of society,
Mm.
why we carry out punishment is to run out a case of justice.
Mm.
Okay, when let me say in a society, if a woman is bullying maybe the co, she has to be punished so that the co feels justice, so that she's not hurt, that they're not punishing somebody who has done wrong.
Mm.
So we also carry out punishment in societies to bring justice.
Okay. I like that angle you have brought it. Okay, if a woman is trying to bully the co-wife, yeah, that woman should be punished. Because you say that you have come here. It's like you are taking something. Okay, that's a very beautiful. I like that. Okay, one other thing also I see like punishment in the society as I was making an introduction, I brought in the issue of law or the legal aspect, because sending somebody to prison is also a punishment. Yeah, and because of some crime related thing, and so on. So, and okay, what are the factors that are considered when maybe school authorities are determining punishments, or in the community when say elders or our parents are punished, determining punishment to be given to children. So what are those things do they look at? Is it for the first time of you have done something wrong today, or someone who really been doing that for a very long time?
Yeah, about that. We have we consider the past records. Let me say they come and say, Patience is a thief.
Mm.
Like I'm the one, I'm the head of the department disciplinary committee. Patience is a thief. I have to go and check the past records. I'll be like, students, is it true that Patience is a thief?
Mm.
That is considered, past records are considered in order to find out whether is it true I'm a thief, so that I might get my punishment in a just full way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. In your opinion.
Alternatives. For me, I believe punishments are given when other alternatives have failed. Maybe they have tried counseling you and it has been in vain. They have tried talking to you in a peaceful manner, maybe calling you aside. But since you have refused to change, I believe punishment is that key alternative.
Okay, let me first give my example. Related to school setting. Those days, we used to walk. Okay, I'm talking about primary level. We used to walk for over 2 kilometers to school. So when you get there after 7:30, okay, you will be cane fast, and you're taken to slash some bushy area of the field at school there, or you go and dig. Okay, that's the school setting. So I don't I don't I don't know if schools can consider that like the past record for that. If you come late and a teacher says we will start at 7 in the morning and you come at 8, do you think that teacher will reconsider that you're the first time? That's your first time to come late, and so.
Okay, the first thing is you have already broken a rule. You have come late. So I'm sure the teacher has made you understand why they are punishing you because you have come late. In cases where maybe you think your distance is far, your parents can record that with the administration so that they know so and so normal comes at this time because the distance from their home is far. Yeah.
Okay, in developed countries, I know of some offenders who are given what's called community service. I think it's not very common here. We do okay, we have them, but I think it looks like that one is not practiced so much in our legal setting here. It's called community service. Maybe you can say I will be slashing the compound at Smegs for 3 months with this, which is a good thing. But there's that kind of corporal punishment, which is also it's brutal, which is okay. Those days we used to see them from home actually, started from home, and even of recent also. I think you might have heard of someone who has killed a child because the child has taken 500 shillings, Uganda shillings, from his purse or from his wallet, and the punishment is caning the child until the child changes, but the child will end up dying. So, what are some of the punishments given to students? Me, I want to be a little bit specific now. In school, it cannot be smacks. You just any school, you have friends in here and outside. It's good. Yeah.
Punishments in schools are given according to the gravity of the offense.
Mm.
Maybe you have come late to class.
Yeah.
You can dig a rubbish pit. That is relevant.
Sanitation.
Yeah. Or maybe you help the class which is on duty to clean the toilets or the bathrooms. But for the story you've told us right now, the murderer, I think, should be sentenced to capital punishment. Yeah, because you have taken somebody's life. Maybe that kid, I believe maybe the murderer did not consider other alternatives like talking to the kid. Yeah, talking to the kid, advising why you did this, maybe the dangers of stealing, but overreacted over that scenario.
Okay. And
According to me, yeah, it's according to the gravity of the offense. You can't tell me if I've stolen a pen, you're going to tell me to dig the school garden all alone. No. You give me other alternatives like, hey, you've stolen a pen, but this is not good. Or cane me. 2 strokes are enough. But according to me, that man or woman should be sentenced to death.
Okay. That's when we will talk about the capital or the legal part of it. Yes, it can be. But, okay, I've seen flogging, communal flogging, is done in the community. Okay, like before we come to this topic, we were talking about permissive children. Yeah, if you are like that, you think you are carefree, you don't respect elders. Elders will get some young people also who are either twice your size and they flog you. And it's also a form of punishment. It was, I think it's just being, okay. The law is trying to disregard that because it's bad. They can flog you and you fail to see it. We have seen them. We have seen those young people in the village being flogged, and okay, somehow also it's a way to discipline somebody who is saying, "I'm carefree. I think nobody can touch me." Oh, but people can say, "I think you can be touched." Something like that. But we don't encourage that. But there are also things that people do that can lead to that punishment, like the issue of defilement, rape. They deserve actually serious or harsh condition. So, okay, let's even talk about some of the effects. Let's start from school and we go back to the community. What are some of the effects of punishment on a student? We know maybe you are wrong, maybe you overslept and woke up late, and you failed to make it to the dorms early, and what's the effect? Because maybe sideline you that you'll be doing this work until this time and the rest of the students are in class learn. What are some of the effects you see?
Okay. As a positive effect, this student will know tomorrow I have to wake up early. You won't repeat the same mistake. This will correct you. And it will be also an example to the others. It will also help the other students. Yeah.
Okay. Blessing, do you have anything? I like it. That you see, we are trying to come there. We are get it, but as I said before, we're trying to get a solution to all these things. Some of these punishments also work to our advantage. You was being punished. You will realize your mistake and say, I will never do this again. I will wake up early. I will be the first to be in the classroom. If people, okay, if people are going from 5 a.m., you are likely going to be there by a quarter to 4. And the teacher must get you there. And it will play to your advantage because you study like another kid. Yeah.
They say discipline your children and you'll be proud of them. I believe when these people are given punishment, you'll be proud of them. Somebody who has been consecutively coming late to class will start coming early, attending the lessons on time, and then eventually they'll pass and you'll be proud of them.
Okay. That one is in school. Okay, going back home, we have around kids. Yeah, this one who stay on phone all the time. Okay, when mother has gone maybe to a nearby market to buy something and say, "You please check for me fire. I have left beans on fire. Help me to check the level of water and top up." And the kid is just always on the phone. What kind of punishment do you think parents can give to such? Because also we are trying to realize that, okay, some mild punishment can make someone to change.
So it's the phone making you misbehave, right? But since we're in the modern world, you cannot just let your phone be taken for good, right? We have to care about the social status of this kid. So as a parent, you can take other alternatives like grounding this child, maybe for 2 weeks, and you'll be like, when I give you the phone back, will you listen? If the child says yes, and then I think we're taking a step further.
Passion is, what's your opinion on that?
Like, yes, this child is on her phone. She does not care, which means she's also becoming permissive. Now, in order to correct this child, you must punish her. Like the beans I've burnt. I come back, I'll say, yeah, you want your phone? Okay, today let me cook. You're not eating. This will help this child to know, yeah, let me change. If mommy leaves me at home, I have to cook. Yeah.
I will not eat.
Yes.
Okay. I like even from the first group, we'll talk about, okay, punishing a kid, grounding a kid, and okay, I think to some parents it may not be so practical. You are dealing with a big kid, but you want this kid also to help you. You cannot do everything at the same time. Taking the phone away and say, but mother, did you buy this phone? I bought my phone. Yeah, something like that. But I think the best would be to for the children or for the boys and girls to try to just, okay, when we were growing up, some of us, not all of us, when we were growing up, really we would see how our mothers, how our fathers were struggling for us. And first of all, we appreciated that. We appreciated their efforts, not like their responsibility. No, we appreciate their efforts toward us, and I think, in a way, we were really we were respecting them. Eh? We don't get a lot of issue. Okay, if a mother is talking to you in a very loud voice, you keep quiet. Even if you've not done anything, you keep quiet. But I see, okay, some kids these days, you'll mention one thing, the kid will mention like 10 before you. So we are still, this is AYDI Podcast. We are talking about punishment because we hear this everywhere in the court of laws, in the community, in schools, in the community, in homes. We talk about this, and I'm together with Asianzio Lin, Blessing, and Ambiko persons. We are still talk about this punishment in school or in the society. We see that they are trying to agree that it's somehow okay, can also bring some, can realign you somehow, but also it's bad if it's now, okay, if it's now handling somebody say you will not eat for 1 week, which is not really nice. I think I cannot stay even for more than 2 days. I used to fast, but I think food is good. So we want to work on a solution, and also we see what can be done. Okay, some mild punishments, sort of. Say like, okay, like for instance, if I don't take the phone and I don't, or I may not just give you data, and I think it is enough not to keep you on that phone for long, and you will listen to me because you will want to convince me to give you the data. It's something like that. It made me, okay, because taking the phone away might even bring that friction between a kid and the parent or the guardian, something. Maybe another technical way to do that. Right. Yeah, because I don't think you keep asking friends to send you data every day. One day you'll tell me, no, what else do you want me to do? And you start giving me what? Giving me data. So I'm discussing these two. Okay, what other things do you think we can do to avoid that? Young people. Let's talk about young people. This is in school and out of school, because the effect of punishment on a child, okay, when a girl child can even lead to pregnancy, can lead to early marriage. To a boy, it can lead even to early marriage, and also getting involved with the issue to do with maybe pregnancy, impregnating someone's kid, which will all affect the life of that kid. So how can young people avoid that? If you go to Arua prisons, you will find so many young people who are supposed to be in school. They are spending years in the prison. How do you think we can avoid this? Or maybe even conflicting with our parents and teachers.
Conflicts with our parents. You have clearly stated that when you take the phone away, you might be having friction between the child, the parent. Since you burnt the beans, let's eat that food like that. That can be a beginning, since because no one wants to eat burnt food, maybe you will change next time. You make sure the beans does not burn. And then about these people who are already in prison serving their punishment.
And others now to avoid that. Because the really rampant this punishment, being taken to prison or being punished, being grounded and so on. Yeah. Or what else also can young people do to avoid those things?
They can engage in educational initiatives whereby maybe a group of 5 individuals can just be like, why can't we meet here every time at 4 and we discuss about what we want to do to make our parents proud of us. Such initiatives, I think, can prevent cases of punishment from happening.
Okay. How can students or those children outside school avoid being punished?
Okay, there are other alternatives like we have football clubs, we have the Red Cross Club, we have we have going for song practice in churches that will keep you busy, or you might come up with your own business. Yeah, that will also help you to be busy, because also if you're just there at home, these guys or these youths who are at home doing nothing, you might also end up becoming a thief. So better you start your own business or join clubs, or during your leisure time you go to churches for song practice. That can keep you busy at least.
And I think above all, you have to respect people. Can be teachers, can be your parents, can be even fellow students. Because if you don't, okay, if a student fights another student and is punished or is given the log to split or is sent home to bring the father, is that one good? It's bad. So that's kind of thing we have to be respectful children, and we also live life with honor. That's what I always say. If you live life with honor, you don't do bad things. Even crime, you don't get engaged in. You just do the right things. So I was talking to as Amviku Patience and together with Asianzeline Blessing. And we were talking about punishment because we see this. We cannot run away from this because we see this in the community. And remember to find this discussion on our Facebook page or on our website, www.aydiuganda.org. Thank you for listening. And maybe your last word as we wrap it up.
Still the same, spare the rod and spoil the child.
Oh, that's a very wonderful message. Yes, Patient?
What I want to say is that instead of these youths who want to disrespect their parents and get punishment, as at least they let them respect their parents and do other alternatives as we stated in order to avoid punishment. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, guys, for being on the show. And also, parents, you have upped all these things. I'll be also tackling this with you at some point on the best way you parents do think you can punish the children that can make them change for good, but not just to punish the child to destroy that child or to put some harm on him or her and so on. So you have been with AYDI Podcast, and I am Rick Moses Ojok.
Find out more about the Arua Youth Development Initiative from our website, aydiuganda.org, or find us on Facebook. And of course, subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss an episode.